All right, gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite big man, Leon Marino. Some say your cigar daddy. Let's talk about a topic tonight. That's actually dear to me: video games. Video games. And by the way, this is a test of the camera and the mic. Your boy is stepping up here a little bit. But either way, video games, fellas, to all the young men out there, to all the teenagers, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Listen, I am an awkward, dorky, nerdy guy. That's for sure. Here's my street cred. I've been playing computer games since 1990, late 95, early 96. I like strategy games. I like RPG games. I used to like, looking at the chat rooms and shit like that back in the 90s. MMOs, you name it, I probably played it on a computer. Yeah, I had consoles, whatever, growing up, but I was a very nerdy PC gamer. Fast forward, I'm in my late 30s now. I definitely agree that video games is one of the cheapest forms of entertainment. For example, you spend $60 one time, say, at least back in the day, and if you played that game for 3, 4 years, that's a $60 well spent. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. If you're going out and you're drinking, if you drink, I don't personally drink, but if you go out, maybe you're smoking some cigars, you're drinking whatever, you're definitely spending more than $60 in one night alone, in one sitting alone, especially if you live in the city. You live in a suburb. You don't live in middle nowhere, Wyoming, no offense, right? But I mean, that's some money well spent. However, here's the thing. Here's the rub. Ultimately, gentlemen, young fellas, video games is wasting your time, and you are paying money for other people to get rich instead of investing that money. Let me ask you something. Let's go down a list. Let's have an honest check here. Do you have the woman that you want? Do you have the house that you want? Do you have the car that you want? Do you have the life that you want? Right? You get my point. If you're answering no to any of those, okay, sounds like you need to get off the video games and you need to start working on it. Well, how, you might ask? Have you ever heard the phrase, learning is earning, for example? And this is especially applicable to professional people. And it's applicable to anyone, really. I mean, look, I'm trying to learn how to record some videos that no one's going to watch in pre-World War III era. You know what I mean, boys? But learning is earning, for example. If you're a young professional, you're in your 20s, and you're blowing your nights because maybe, hey, you're not making enough money, the world is crushing you. I understand. It's hard being a man. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100% with you. I'm 1,000% with you. I empathize with you. I sympathize with you. Okay? But, for instance, you're in a professional environment, right? There's nothing stopping you from reading up on books, reading up on articles like Harvard Business Review, for example, looking at your industry, gaining skills that's going to translate into more and more money at your work, at your job, right? On top of experience and networking. Networking is a great one, right? Especially those that are living not remote work, but living in areas where your industry and your people are at professionally, right? You do need to be going out, talking to them. Now, I'm not telling you to drink. What am I not saying? I'm not saying to drink. I'm not saying to get blasted, right? I am telling you to get out there and network. Yes, I'm personally someone who doesn't drink. I'm personally someone who's a little bit of a hermit. I don't go out as the clubs and all that and, getting blasted to 2, 3 in the morning. That's not really me, you know. I do that very specifically with my small circle, okay? That's a topic for another time. But that is something you should be doing. Oh, but I'm broke. Okay. Did I tell you to spend money? No, I told you go out, be present, talk to people. If you walk into a room, for instance, and I'm not saying like a bar or a club or anything like that, but let's say you're at a work event, okay, like an after hours work event, maybe like a little mixer, say, right? There's 20 people in a room that you walk into. What's stopping you from walking up to all, if not most, of those people extending out your hand like the adult you should be and say, hello, my name is Leon Marino. Pleasure to meet you. I do such and such. I would love to learn a little bit more about you. These are the type of things that you should be gaining experience in, breaking out of your fear of, your nervousness, instead of sitting there trying to level up your fucking character, instead of getting what you need to in life, like a dog, like a pretty dog that just walked by, like that girl that you're always fantasizing about. Turn off the pornography, turn off the social media. Like, you're not a little bitch, you're not a stupid little kid, okay? And focus on yourself, on your education, on your skill set, on how you speak, on your intelligence. You need to be gaining experience and wisdom so you can get to these places. And you know what? Once you finally get there, once you finally arrive, whatever that means for you, and you should quantify that. Is that a dollar amount? Is that the house? Is that the pretty girl? Is that the location you want to live? Like, here it's in February, March in South Florida, and I'm out here in a Mickey Mouse t-shirt chilling. Okay? What does that mean to you? But I tell you what, you're not going to find those answers unless you're one of the 0.0001%, even worse than like NFL odds of becoming some type of video game streamer. That's not realistic. Making it big, rather, right? That's not really a thing. Okay? You're not going to find that answer in the video game. So, gentlemen, young men, I urge you, I implore you, I challenge you to work on your real skills that's going to translate into some real money, into actual impact in your real life, not gaining skills in a video game that I'm not going to say will never, okay? Obviously, video games, esports and pro players, pro video game players, streaming and all that, of course it translates for them. Again, I'm sure the odds of that probably happening is probably even worse than the NFL. It's worse than the NBA. I challenge you, fellas, to focus on that instead of wasting your time on the game and recording.